Good morning, everyone. As you all well know, for those of you who have been with us through this journey, I am Rosario Nava, and I'm the program uh, grant lead for the Multiple Exceptionalities, Multiple Needs Network. And I also have a team here, which I'm going to go ahead and have them introduce themselves. And we'll start off with my co lead, Diana Science. If you want to go ahead and come in, Miss Diana.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a new school year. This is Diana Science.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
everyone.
everyone.
Oh, go
Sorry,
ahead, Miss Lovejoy.
we were waiting. My name is Juanita Lovejoy, and I am one of the MEMN core group. Thank you for coming this morning and joining us.
And I am Vanessa Villagran. I am the Assistive Technology Specialist here at Region 1 and also support the network in a bunch of different ways. Thank you for being with us this morning.
And good morning. My name is Noelia Perez, and I am the special ed coordinator here, and I also support our MEMN. And thank you for being here and enjoy.
And we also have our TA representative, our very own Charles Kusha, that is joining us this morning.
Glad to be here. See everyone. Thank you, Rose.
No worries. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. And we're going to go ahead and start off with our welcome, which we already did, right? But I do want to say, do we have anyone new? I want to say we have some new faces coming in. Um, if you can, or anything new that we are addressing within each ESC. I know that right now we're having some weather concerns throughout, you know, some regions that we may not have everyone here or everyone has other meetings going on. So,
Rosie, in the chat, we have Ms. Kim Sleeper, I believe, from Region 5, or I mean ESC 5, and they are new.
awesome, great. Hi, welcome, you guys. And we have Tommy Turner indicating that we have Charla Gerbach, who is the representative, right, for the MEMN, and she's at another training, but Ms. Tommy Turner is here to support. Thank you, Tommy, to joining us this morning. And this session is being recorded also. Um, so for you all to be able to participate, right, as we move forward, we want to be able to be updated with what's going on. I also see that Jennifer Patterson has joined us. Welcome, Jennifer.
Good morning. Excited to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, so as moving forward, I'm going to go ahead and, we have an hour, so let's go ahead and move forward with our activities. First and foremost, welcome for our new ESC representatives, and welcome back our previous representatives. It's good to see you all back. I'm glad you all are doing well. So glad that, we're here and our health-wise, so I'm hoping, crossing our fingers, we're all doing okay, and we'll see how we do in moving forward with that. So, within our activities, we have 6 activities that we are responsible for. And, we do have that website. Our new project that we are looking at is that standalone guidance, art considerations for special populations document that is going to be coming around. And we are finalizing those asynchronous courses. We're at the tail end of executing these asynchronous courses that we've been working on since last year. So we are now, once they are out, we're going to be calculating data from these, or collecting data from these asynchronous courses. And then we have the activity 4, which is today, like our network facilitation, that's an activity that we are required as ESC representatives to come about and show up in these sessions. Then we have our emerging needs technical assistance activities and activity 6, our collaboration activities with networks and initiatives. So let's go ahead and move forward with our website, and we have our very own Vanessa, who is going to go ahead and make mention to that activity. Let me stop share.
Hi, everyone. So in the website, there's really not a lot of new things to share, but I do know that we have a couple of new representatives. So I am going to navigate to the website. This is the site that we have for MENM. In the website, you will still be able to find the virtual workshops that we went ahead and had last year here at the little webinars that we uploaded. So you'll be able to find the handouts and the registration link. Each one of these are an hour long and are still available for you to share with whoever you might feel could benefit from this information. We do have a link to the contact to our different contact representatives. And the information for each of the regional service centers is displayed there and their MENM contact person. If there are changes, I believe we're going to go over it in a little bit, where you can go and update some of that information. Or if you see a discrepancy in either your email or your phone number, I tried really, really hard to go back and vet everything. But once in a while, I add a different number. So just in case you do see something that's a little off or your name, if there's a misspelling, my name is Vanessa with one S. So I typically see it misspelled and it's kind of a big deal to me. So if you do see me adding a letter in there or omitting a letter, please feel free to reach out or to change it in that document that we'll share in a little bit. So you can, so I can make sure that I have that information up there correct for you all. If you don't mind, that's pretty much what I have for you as far as the website. If you don't mind resharing the presentation, Ms. Rosie. And as of right now, we went ahead and wanted to start off with with some information for you all. The total traffic for this year, starting in October to as of last week, September 9th, was about 193 total site visits. And on the map, you can kind of see the trend of where different people. So we wanted to thank you all for continuing to share the website and to promote it with your regions. We really truly appreciate it. As the year goes by, we'll see other columns with more information. And last year, we started off a little slow, but we were really surprised to see, a jump at this school year as far as how many people have been visiting the site and navigating to the site. So the first number is your total traffic site visits, as the unique visitors that we've had to the site, and the second number is pretty much how many items they clicked throughout the site itself. And that's what I have for you when it comes to the website. If you have, again, any questions or need anything updated, feel free to update it on that spreadsheet that we will share in a little bit. Or reach out directly to me to my email. I'll go ahead and throw that into the chat. And I'd be more than happy to change or to edit any of the information that you might see on there that you feel needs to be updated. And that's what I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Vanessa. Yes, so I really encourage you all to, once again, try to advertise our website. I know we are currently moving to that TEA website. That's, part of the network's um, progress in moving forward. So in the meantime, as we're still here, if you can go ahead and still advertise our website, please do so. Okay, our next topic is that standalone guidance are considerations for special populations. So what we are doing is creating some sort of technical support type of pamphlet or booklet to assist our committees in making decisions or providing those art considerations for the populations that we represent as the MEMN network. Uh, we are currently changing, as you all know. I know we were now changing that English learner to that emergent bilingual. So we did reach out to TA addressing, can we go ahead and make that change? Because we don't want to put out outdated information as we're moving forward for this year. So that is something that will be addressed as well. We do have that gifted and talented and that highly mobile representation. So that is due to come. We do ask that you all participate, in what you all been doing, editing and, providing your support with, direction of what input you can go ahead and put as we provide you information to review these documents. So that is what we would ask you in this standalone guidance. Your input will go ahead and send out each portion that needs to be reviewed and edited. So we really provide your support in that manner. Any questions on the standalone guidance document for now? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move over to the next one. And the next one is our asynchronous courses. As I mentioned earlier, our asynchronous courses, they're in the tail end of, being approved and executed. We will be contracting with Region 13, so our asynchronous courses will be created and developed. As soon as they are done, we are planning to collect some data on the viewing of those asynchronous courses. But these are the courses that we're currently considering, right? Which is our English learner, our highly mobile, which is broken down into your homeless foster care and military connected, migrant learner, and your gifted and talented. With that said, with our asynchronous courses, we do have an asynchronous a video marketing our courses, which Miss Diana will go ahead and go over.
Hi there. So for again with our activity 3 continues to be the courses, and as Ms. Rosie mentioned, we have them. They're in their tail end. Currently, 3 were returned by TEA, and we still have 2 with TEA. So we'll give you more info on that as soon as we get more info regarding that. So with the courses comes an outreach plan. So basically, what we want you to do, you already have the slides. These were completed last year, so they're in the live binder, so that you can start promoting the courses. And we are currently working on a video. Miss Vanessa, she's being our Vanna White, and she's completing a video so that you can also use to oh sorry so so that you can promote the courses. So you're gonna be having two things to promote: the slides and the video. You will get more information on the video as soon as we have more on it.
Thank you, Ms. Diana. And then we proceed with our network meetings. I know that some of y'all are struggling to hear me. Am I still okay? Are we okay? Okay, great. So yeah, our network meetings, we have 4 network meetings that we are required to, assist to get an update. Today's meeting is at September 16. If you can go ahead and save the date, hopefully by the end of the date, I will be sending out Zoom links for these meetings so they can go ahead and be in your calendar as we proceed through the year and the agendas get approved and our tasks get approved. I'll be go ahead and uploading those updates through our Zoom meeting, but I'll go ahead and be sending those off by the end of the day. But these are the dates that are scheduled. At the same time, I do have those registration workshops there. We do have to keep um, a data indicating who's attended the sessions, that live session. So if you can go ahead and register as you attend the meetings, that will be great. And then we have our emerging needs technical assistance activities that will be addressed by Ms. Juanita Lovejoy.
Sorry, folks, I was trying to unmute myself. Yes, and our MEMN network is going to be, will provide technical assistance in collaboration with any of the other intra-agency initiative as requested by TEA and the state agencies. But right now, we're currently not involved with that. It will be determined by TEA, and they'll provide us a heads up on when we can get started on that. And then back to you, Rosie, on the next one.
Hi, I thank you, Ms. Juanita. I have a question indicating, are you planning for all of the meetings to be at the same time of the day in case we need to plan for other things happening? Absolutely, yes. As we move forward, our scheduled times would be from 9 to 10. It'll be an hour and we'll, just give you an update of where we're at with the activities and, also show you the data that's being collected that will be addressed through Ms. Patterson in a moment. So all that update will be provided to you. And our meetings are scheduled for Thursdays from 9 to 10. But yes, this time I was able to be put in some more stability within our sessions because sometimes last year it was either Friday, Thursday. It's crazy, but this year we have more stability in that manner. So our collaboration activities with network initiatives, we do have a collaboration with the Child Find Evaluation and Art Supports Network on English Learner. I know in moving forward, we all were provided with activities of, executing some of these activities, and we will be collaborating with Child Find to support them with an English Learner section that they have as part of their activity. So that's one of the components that we will also be collaborating with that particular network. And then we have our state initiative implementation plan that will be addressed through Ms. Jennifer Pattison. So let me go ahead and stop share. And if you can go ahead and provide us with that information, Jennifer, truly appreciate it.
Thank you very much. And those of you that I have met before, either in person or on Zoom, hello, nice to see you again. If I've never had a chance to talk to any of you, it's very nice to meet you. I'm excited to be in your presence today and to share information about the statewide initiative implementation plan, and most specifically about Qualtrics. So some of you have started receiving, hopefully all of you have started receiving either an email from Qualtrics or an email from me with stuff to do, but not yet. So you've been like, here's stuff, don't do anything with it yet. So this is where you're going to hear like now how to move forward. And Charlie is going to be actually talking more through the implementation plan activities, and I'm going to be helping with just the general presentation and the Qualtrics information. As Charlie and I are talking through all of this, anytime you have a question, I may not see it if I'm in presentation mode. So if I pause and it's a good opportunity for you to come off chat, I really, really am all about engaging and having conversations. And since this is being recorded, for me, doing these recordings all the time with the TEA ESC Zooms, the chat doesn't always make it to the recording, but the conversations do. So please, if you have a chance, I would much rather you come off mute, ask the question, let me answer it, let us engage in that, so that people that aren't here today can get the benefit of the questions that are being asked, because they probably have the same questions. Okay, Charlie, I'm going to share my screen because I have the slide deck up. Is that good with you? Okay, and this presentation is the same for all the networks. So it is going to sound very scripted because it is. And so I want to make sure that the communication that goes out to you is the same communication that goes out to all the networks. So I'm going to be reading a script. I'll try to veer off it when I can, but I have to read the script. So apologies on being a little robotic at times. Okay, can everybody see the main slide? without the notes. Okay, everybody just sees the one slide. Okay. All right, let me move a little bit of stuff out of the way. And again, anytime you have a question, I much prefer people coming off of mute. So, and I can't see any chat right now, so that would be very helpful. Okay, now we will talk about the new reporting requirements for the statewide initiatives implementation plan. I'll answer any questions you have if I can, and so will Charlie. But those that I can't answer, I will collect and forward to TEA for a response. All right. So we're going to cover, as part of this part of the meeting, the background to the statewide initiative implementation plan, and you'll hear it referred to as SIP, S-I-I-P. So if I just say SIP, you know what I'm talking about. The Qualtrics overview that comes with that, getting started with Qualtrics. For those of you that have never used Qualtrics before, we're going to walk you through it. Updating Qualtrics throughout the year to keep your activities recorded and metrics, required metrics, progress being documented. The dashboard widgets that are part of Qualtrics, and then some miscellaneous information at the end. Network members are required to complete the activities in the implementation plans and to submit evidence of completion per the SPED Leadership Grant Program guidelines. The program guidelines outline the activity network members are required to complete during the grant year. And this information is located in the ESC IDEAB Special Education Leadership Grant Program guidelines. And in those program guidelines, it requires ESCs participate in statewide initiatives by providing regional leadership and implementation of the functions and projects, including providing identified training, technical assistance, coaching, and support as stated in the statewide initiative implementation plans, and submitting evidence of completion of required activities to statewide initiative grantees as requested. Qualtrics reports and dashboards will be the mechanism to keep track of member progress on a monthly basis, and as requested, provide SPED directors line of sight to their ESC's progress in meeting these program guidelines. You are encouraged to discuss your progress with your SPED director or supervisor at your check-ins to surface successes and problem-solve barriers in completing these activities. TEA will be meeting with the ESC SPED directors 3 times a year to discuss this as well in order to provide support where needed. This screenshot is from the TextCan statewide implementation plan. All activities required to be completed by network members can be found in the SIP. It's organized by coaching activities, general activities, meetings and trainings, and data collection activities. It lists the activity, the dates for activities, approximate time commitment, and any additional notes you need. If there are any changes in these requirements throughout the year, such as an activity was deleted, TEA will send out an updated SIP to ESC SPED directors and network grantees who are responsible for sharing out to the appropriate network members. As mentioned earlier, in order to fulfill the requirements of the SPED Leadership Grant, the SIP was recreated in Qualtrics for the purpose of tracking member progress on the required activities, as well to provide ESC SPED directors line of sight into the status of their ESC in meeting the grant program deadlines and guidelines. We will discuss how you will access your Qualtrics report and dashboard shortly, but first let's look at how they were created. The first step to building each network member Qualtrics report was to turn the required activities in the implementation plan into fillable questions or statements in Qualtrics. The report works like a survey in which you, the network members, will update each field monthly based on the activities you or your ESC colleagues have completed or progressed on thus far. In this example snippet from the Child Find Evaluations and Art Supports Network, notice how each required activity in the SIP translated into a statement in the Qualtrics report. This is similar to what you will see shortly when we log into our Qualtrics account and report. This partial screenshot shows what TEA and an ESC SPED director can see when they open the dashboard. TEA will see this, but the data will be from all members for all networks. ESC SPED directors will see this, but the data will only be from their ESC network members for each network. One can drill down into the data for all report questions, but this overview page highlights the most important activities for each network. As network members, you will only be able to see your responses. Network grantees will be able to see the data from all the members for the network. After you, the network member, fills out the report the first time, you simply need to open a link on the dashboard, update the information, hit submit, and the data display will update with the new information. More about on how to access your dashboard in a bit. Network grantees will have a brief training to learn how to use the dashboard after you have entered initial data so that we are able to review your progress and provide support as needed. So where you see the black box on the top of the image, once you've submitted your initial report in the email that you got, that's the only time you use that link in the email for the whole year. The rest of the year, you go to the Qualtrics account, go to the dashboard, and click on the blue link here hyperlink to get back into your report. All of your old information is still there. You'll add any additional information and hit the submit button, and that repopulates your dashboard with the latest information. You will need to have a Qualtrics account in order to complete the monthly report. Some of you may have a Qualtrics account already. However, your Qualtrics account must be from the agency. Do not go to Qualtrics and create an account yourself. Find the email from Qualtrics asking you to reset your password for your account. Check your spam if it's not in your inbox. So this is something everybody that's a network member that was listed on the contact sheet that was shared with TEA by the grantees, everybody that's on that list should have gotten, unless you already had an account through TEA, you should have gotten an email yesterday from Qualtrics to reset your password. So let's stop right there and see if there are any questions about getting that email yesterday and resetting a new password.
I have a question / comment. This is Claudia Vargas. I'm from ESC 20. We have several people on this team. So I'm curious, did it go to the main contact only? Because I didn't receive anything. So
that's a good question. Let me start with that one. The person or people that got a Qualtrics account email like this yesterday were those that were listed on the contact list that was provided to us by the grantee. So what I have for Region 20, the last name is Sinclair, T. Sinclair, and it actually got kicked back to me as an invalid email. So
and I was asking because I'm guessing it was her. When I saw on the web page that only she's listed, she's our main contact. So that's why I thought, oh, it must have gone to her. And her email is actually tammy.sinclair@esc20.net. She's not here right now, but.
So what I would ask in this case for both Region 20 and anybody who this also pertains to, please get the people, the email addresses and the names of all the people at your ESC that need to have the Qualtrics dashboard access for this network. Get that information to Ms. Nava, and then she can send all of that to us in one email. And then we will get, once we get that, I will individually create a Qualtrics account for all of those people, and all of those people will get an email from Qualtrics that says, please reset your password. That's your cue to get in. So I think it's only a 24-hour notice to reset your password. So you need to be looking for that email. So once, maybe Ms. Nava, once that comes to me, you can kind of let everybody know that they need to be on the lookout for that Qualtrics email in the next 48 hours.
Will do.
I have a question, Jennifer.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm in several networks. Will I only have one Qualtrics account for all the networks?
Yes, ma'am. You will have one Qualtrics account that gives you access to all the network data that you're part of. So if you're part of 3 networks, you'll see 3 networks on your page. If you're only part of one, you'll only see that one. That's a good question.
Thank you.
Hi, Jennifer. This is Kim from Region 5. Yesterday, I got my email because I was doing this with the Child Fund Network yesterday. When I went in and did the password, it then told me that I don't have a dashboard.
Correct, because the dashboard you don't get access to the dashboard until an initial report has been submitted. There's nothing to share because there's no data. So part of the MEMN network, the initial reports are going to be completed today during this meeting. And then tomorrow, everybody that submitted the report will get the dashboard shared with them. But there's nothing to share because there's no data that's been entered so far.
So we entered data during our Child Fund Network quarterly meeting yesterday. So I did input some things yesterday, and Kara Zielinski can actually see what I put in. So I don't know, her and I are actually going to meet later today to talk about it too. So I don't know, because it's still saying no dashboard, even though I know I put stuff in there for her.
So then what I would say to that is it kind of goes back to the same thing about if you were not listed as the contact on the list that I had at the time, it doesn't notify me that somebody else has submitted the report and I need to share their dashboard with them. Kara would need to let me know, hey, this person also needs an account. After today's training, all updates about, hey, this is a person that also needs an account needs to come to me from Ms. Nava. So we'll get that taken care of. It's just a matter of your grantee for that network communicating to me that a new account needs to be made or a new dashboard access needs to be shared, because each one of those things happens one person at a time, one network at a time.
Okay.
But we'll take care of it. If you've submitted it, it's there, and we'll circle back and get you access to the dashboard. And you will get an email saying that the dashboard has been shared with you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Jennifer, this is Debbie at Region 15.
Yes, ma'am.
I did get the email yesterday, but was out of the office, so that link has expired.
Okay. So in that case, if your link has already expired, please let Ms. Nava know, and then she will send me an email of everybody that this pertains to, and then I'll resend the reset password email. So anybody on this you're welcome. Anybody on this call or anybody watching the recording, if you have an expired link, let Ms. Nava know. She will let me know, and I will resend that password reset email. Is there anybody that was able to get in, reset your password, and has that Qualtrics account access? And I'm not looking at faces, so if someone could come off mute and let me know if they were successful in getting this done yesterday.
I just did mine and it worked, but I don't know what to do with it from now, but I'm in.
You're in, okay. Yeah. So it's very important once you're in that you bookmark your login page somewhere, because you're going to be coming back to this account at least once a month for the rest of the year. This is how you get access to the dashboard, is through this login. So save this login page somewhere, bookmark it, and make sure you keep your login and your email that you set for yourself written down somewhere or in one of those password wallets, so that you have it to come back to.
And Jennifer, I was able to log in just now too. So I'm a brand new account and it was no problem at all.
Okay, perfect. And it shouldn't say that you have anything there. It just should show that you have an account. But again, the dashboard will be shared with you. It will come to that account. So as long as you have an account, that's the first step.
So the page that I'm seeing, once I created my account, it just says XM and then it says create new project. Is that the page I need to bookmark?
Yep, there's nothing else to do but that.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Jennifer, are members getting emails as you're training networks? For example, you're training MEMN today, so only MEMN members are getting these emails, or are we getting them in general? Because I'm part of another network, and I don't know if you have already, well, we haven't met with that network. So will I be getting my email via MEMN? or my inclusion network?
The way that this works is the day before your network meeting is the day that I set up those Qualtrics accounts and then send them out, because there is the 24-hour turnaround. So the day before, you should get an email from Qualtrics, unless we've already done this because you're part of another network and that network has already met and you already have a Qualtrics account because of going through this process with a network that's already met. So for example, if you're on the MEMN and the ChildFind network, you already have your Qualtrics account because you were part of the ChildFind network meeting. And so this one, you're just kind of letting this go past because you already have a Qualtrics account. You're just waiting for the next step. But if you have a meeting that's not till October, you will not have a Qualtrics account and the initial report until your October meeting, so that it's not sitting there and has been expired for a month.
So if let's say that is a situation where we won't have a meeting until October, but as a member, I have responsibilities. Will I be able to backdate on Qualtrics?
Yes.
So, okay.
Yes. Even if you've met after the grant year has already started, you can go in and enter everything you've already done, and then hold off on any future work, and then come back to the updates when you get to those future months. But yeah, if your meeting's in October, you can enter everything you did in September on the report when you open it.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yep. Any other questions about the Qualtrics account? Again, if you did not get the link from Qualtrics and it's not in your spam and you're a network member, or you got the link but the password reset is expired, please let Ms. Nava know so that she can send me one email with everything I need to do so I can get through it quickly, get people what they need, and then get you guys logged in and started. All right. ESC SPED directors have shared with TEA that they want to see the progress of their ESC, not necessarily individual staff members' progress. TEA wants to see the required activities completed. With this in mind, those of you who are from the same ESC must determine who will update the report every month. Only one network member from an ESC should complete and update the report throughout the grant year. All of you will have access to the dashboard and the data responses for your ESC, but only one person should enter that data into the report, meaning only one person will ever click on the link here portion of the dashboard. For those of you who are members with others at your ESC, take a minute and either come off mute or put in chat with each other, privately have us send private chats to each other to determine who will be responsible for updating the report. You will need to know this for the next task. So I want to stop for a second and just restate: one network member is the person that enters the data in the report. If there's multiple network members at your ESC, you need to decide right now who is going to do the data reporting, because we don't want to have individual members' data. One person is the data entry person for this network, for your ESC. So what I'd like to do now is just take a minute. I'm going to stop share and just let people have those conversations, come off mute, have those conversations, ask whatever questions you have, and we'll just take a couple minutes to figure that out.
Good morning, everyone. Also, what we're going to go ahead and do once this is over, we'll go ahead and give you a contact sheet, and you all can provide who has not received this email, so I can return it to Jennifer, as well as you can go ahead and indicate who is going to be that network, that individual that's going to input the data. We'll go ahead and provide you all with a contact list in a bit. So you all can go ahead and complete through our live binder.
Any questions on the data entry piece of this before we move on to the next step? Okay.
Jennifer, I do have a question.
Yes.
So, so if we're new to Qualtrics. We've never had to have this experience. Are we going to get like somebody to hold our hand and walk us through this? Because this is, I don't have any idea what you're talking
I'm about to do it.
Okay. All right. Great.
I'm about to do that, but you are region 12?
12. Yes.
Okay. Any help that you need after we meet, I'm also going to tell you how to get that help.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay. From current slide. All right. Okay, this is the next step. Those of you that were on the contact list as the network member, you should have gotten an email this morning, bright and early at 8 a.m. from me, asking you to click on a hyperlink to open the network member report. Remember, if there are multiple members from the same ESC, only one, the data entry person, clicks on that hyperlink in the email. Please, that person, that's the data entry person, go to the email that you got from me at 8 a.m. this morning and click on that hyperlink now. If you are not that person, delete that email so that you don't accidentally access this report. Those of you that are the data entry person and have clicked on the link should see this screen. Every time you log into your Qualtrics report, you will see this screen. You need to enter your email address and click on the blue arrow button to log in now. Again, this is only the data entry person for the ESC network members. So put in your email address, click on the blue arrow, and that will open the report. You should now see the network report. For those of you who are not the assigned data entry person, you are just listening while the assigned data entry person is filling in the report. Let's take a few minutes to review all of the questions and statements on the report since you will be updating this information each month. Please ask questions as we go through the report so that we can clarify anything that might be confusing. As we review the report, you will fill out your ESC region, your name, your email, and if you became a network member after August 31st, 2021, fill in the date you started. If you were a network member prior to September 1st, 2021, you can leave this field blank. Choose not yet if you see any of these answer options in a question and have not completed the activity yet. Update any activity that you and your team may have already completed. You may not have anything to update yet, but that is okay. You will have plenty to update each month throughout the grant year. So at this time, I'm going to let Charlie share his screen and walk through the actual report as it looks.
Thanks, Jennifer. Real quick, Jennifer, do you want me to share what I was sent over yesterday, or do you want me to share the actual what everyone's going through right now?
You can share the PDF version so that we're not in a live report filling things in and creating false data. So he has a PDF of the report where those of you that are the data entry person for your ESC have the actual live report open in Qualtrics. So what you're seeing on Charlie's end is a PDF of that report.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it covers all the items. But again, as Jennifer just said, you would first enter your email as you did, and then the next step would be to enter your ESC region. So you'll come down to this arrow here, and it should list all 20 regions. From there, you'll begin to enter your information below. We'll start with your name, your email again. If you were not an MEMN member prior to September 1st of this year, enter the date you started as the network member. As we come into the activities, you'll enter dates with the month, the day, and the full year. You reviewed and provided feedback on the components of the ARD guide considerations. So if you're one to have provided feedback for the English learner component, you would enter that date here. This next section is select all the months that you shared network resources. These may be new resources, but can also include existing resources such as directing people to available trainings and webinars. Again, you'll fill this out for each month. So you'll just be, if you're filling this out for October, you're just answering for the month of October. No need to go back and enter for September. That will have already been logged. Next, the meetings and trainings. Select the quarterly network meeting you attended. Again, only filling it out for the quarter that you are in. Then we have a little data collection here. Select yes after you have participated in the network needs assessment survey and or conversation.
So this is one that it's going to force you to answer before you can submit your initial report. So just click not yet. Everybody that's a data entry person that has the live Qualtrics report in front of them needs to click not yet. It will not let you submit without doing that. And you shouldn't click yes because it's not spring of 2022. Don't do any advanced reporting.
And then Jennifer, here's where I'm wondering if there was more items or this would be.
That's what I was given in the implementation plan.
Okay, perfect. So that would complete, once you've answered that last data collection, again, it's going to ask for one of those answers to be clicked, then you would be able to submit. Do you want me to show like the inside of like the Qualtrics if they were to?
No, because it's not going to look like their version. So I don't want to show a screen that looks like our version because it's not going to look like theirs and that'll just be confusing. So that's covers the questions that are part of the report that for the network members. But what's missing from this PDF that is on the actual Qualtrics report for those of you that are the data entry people is the next slide that I'm going to share. So Charlie, if you want to stop sharing.
So Jennifer, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So on Q1, since we're attending the September meeting and we don't have another meeting until November, do we wait about clicking that until the November meeting?
That's a great question. That's a great question. So Ms. Nava, is this the Q1 meeting or is there another Q1 meeting for this group?
This is our Q1 meeting.
Okay.
So yes.
So once you have filled out that information on the initial report, you're going to click on the blue arrow at the bottom. Every time you open this report, even if it's just to review it, you have to click that blue button at the bottom of the report. Otherwise, it's going to duplicate your response and falsify some data. So make sure if you log into your report for any reason, that you always click on the blue arrow to update the report. You'll know you did it right if you get a tab that opens with a summary of your responses. So a separate tab will open when you click on that blue arrow with a summary of the responses that you have so far. You can, if you want to, save these responses as a PDF. That is one of the options when that tab opens, but that is a personal choice. Talk to your ESC SPED liaison to see what process they use. So Region 12 was asking about how, are we going to get some help with this? After this training is over, your ESC SPED liaisons are the ones that have a lot of knowledge of Qualtrics. They've been using Qualtrics for 4 years for their reports, and they can probably answer your technical questions. So Region 12, that's John and Janaea. Like whoever your ESC liaisons are, they should be your point of contact with any questions you have about why might I want to save this as a PDF, or did I do this right, or I think I didn't do this right. They can help you with that.
Jennifer, this is Kim and ESC 5 again. Is this the page that we just filled out? Is this the page we bookmark?
No.
Go back.
Okay. No, the initial report, once you've submitted it, you can close out of that. And if I were you, I would delete that email because you don't want to accidentally go back and do a new initial report. Once you've submitted that first report from the link in your email, everything else you do for the rest of the year is through the dashboard.
Okay.
So that the dashboard is what you want to bookmark.
Okay, thank you.
So, but, and you'll get the dashboard shared with you tomorrow. You'll get an email from Qualtrics sharing the dashboard with you, but the Qualtrics account itself is what you need. Like that site, that page is what you want to bookmark because the dashboard will be in that account.
Okay, perfect, thanks.
Yep. Okay. So tomorrow, look for an email to view your Qualtrics dashboard. It'll come from Qualtrics with a message that looks like this and a little link to view the dashboard. You will not be able to view your dashboard today. Remember, all of you can access your dashboard. The report is the only thing that only one data entry member should be accessing. Now that you have filled some information on the report, every time you log into Qualtrics, you will see the network dashboard page with your ESC information. Even though you do not have access to your dashboard today, let's review what you will see when you get that email tomorrow. Now that you have submitted your information, your dashboard will display your name next to a hyperlink that says link here. For monthly updates, you'll need to go to your bookmarked Qualtrics account, log in with your email, and click link here next to your name to update any activity you're in process with or have completed. Remember, if you have a separate Qualtrics account through your ESC, that account will not work for the SIP dashboard. You will be prompted to select which account you want to access if your ESC email is your login for multiple Qualtrics accounts. Here's an example of a monthly update. Your region, name, email, and date you became a network member if applicable, and any questions or statements you've answered already will appear since you filled this out today. You won't have to fill this information out every time. Scan through the report and update any activities you have made progress on or completed and then submit. So basically what this is saying is when you click on that hyperlink to reopen your report, anything you've already entered is already there. You just add to it. That's why it's a hyperlink from the dashboard, because it reopens everything you've already entered and you just add new information. Then you hit the blue arrow at the button to submit and the dashboard gets updated with your new information. You're encouraged to set up a calendar reminder to update this report each month. Remember, you, network grantees, TEA specialists, and ESC SPED directors will be periodically checking the data to make sure we are on track and offer support where needed. If you run into any issues completing an activity, make sure to bring this up with your supervisor and/or the grantee to problem solve. Since this is the first year to use the system, TEA would like for us to capture any feedback you have on your experience so that we can make improvements for future years. We want this to be an easy, quick way to track your progress, so keep us updated. Make sure you click on the blue arrow button at the bottom of the report anytime you log into your report. Even if you do not enter any new information, do not simply close the tab. If you do not click this submit button, it will duplicate your report. You will have to talk to your ESC liaison so they can request to get the duplicate report deleted. All response data from network reports, each of the boxes in this example dashboard are called widgets. Widgets display the response data you have submitted in your report. Remember, you will only see your ESC member data. The image on the screen shows what your dashboard would look like with all the information from the report entered for the entire grant year. One thing to note, there is a lag between submitting the report and your data appearing on the dashboard. It could take several minutes or multiple refreshes for the data to appear. Again, check with your ESC liaison if you have any questions. If a box is blank, this means there is no data for this activity. There are several reasons this could happen. The activity has not happened yet. For example, you will have no data to update if you are expected to turn around training in May 2022, or You have not updated your progress for the month. If there is an activity that has occurred, but the box is blank, please expect the grantee to reach out to you to determine whether you completed it but haven't updated your report, or you haven't completed the activity. If you haven't completed the activity, let's try to problem solve how to mitigate the barriers you may be facing. Remembering what we said earlier about what the ESE SPED directors and TEA want to see, consider how to update the Qualtrics report if you, the network member, are completing activities, but you also have other ESE colleagues, maybe in different departments such as Gen Ed, who are participating in network activities. For example, if you and 4 other ESE colleagues are certified tier trainers, and each of you turns around training to separate groups of educators, we want you to report this. Make sure you determine with your supervisor and colleagues how you will collect this information and update the report. Only network members have access to the Qualtrics report and will be allowed to update information. If there's more than one network member for your ESE, the data entry member you agreed on will be responsible for this. The most important thing you can remember as you make these decisions for your ESE, do not duplicate data. If you have technical issues with Qualtrics, your ESE SPED liaison is your main point of contact. They have been using a similar reporting system for quite a while and will most likely know how to help you. If you do not understand a question or statement on the report, this is when you contact the grantee. We will most likely be able to assist you, but will contact the TEA specialist if needed. Remember, TEA has created this new tracking system to celebrate all the work your ESE is doing, and to surface and problem solve any barriers you may be dealing with in real time. As you move through the grant year, please give your feedback to the grantees so we can improve our system in the coming years. So that's it for the presentation. Again, after today, whatever questions you have about Qualtrics, please go to your ESE SPED liaison first. If they can't help you, they will contact me. So that all the questions that come to me about Qualtrics come through the ESE liaisons. And we will fix anything that needs to be fixed. Are there any questions for me?
So Jennifer, this is specifically for network members to input on their end, right? It's not for us as core team or the network grantee?
Correct. The network members are the ones doing all the data entry. The grantees have access to all of the network member reports for their network. The ESE SPED directors have access to all the ESC network members' data for that ESC. The TEA people have access to all the data from all the ESCs for all the networks. So when you think about like the access levels, you as a network member will have access to your Qualtrics dashboard just for what you entered. And your other network members will have access to what you, the data entry person, entered. The SPED director will be able to see the entire dashboard for all networks for that ESC. The grantee will be able to see all the data from all the regions for that network, and TEA sees all of it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Tomorrow, you're going to get an email from Qualtrics saying a dashboard has been shared with you. That's where you will then be able to get into the dashboard, and all other reporting updates go through that dashboard. Do not go to that email and click on that hyperlink again. If you have a network member change mid-year, or a data entry person change mid-year, just let Ms. Nava know. She will let us know. We will get the Qualtrics account created. We will get the access right, and the information that was entered by the previous network data entry person will stay there, but then there will be another entry above it for the new data entry person. So it will keep that information flowing for the ESE SPED directors. And I know we're at time, but I want to answer whatever questions y'all have.
Jennifer, I have just another question. So in the event, so if I'm going to be the sole data person for my region, in the event something happens, like say I get COVID, can my SPED director input, can he override in my login, so to speak, and then input things on my behalf? I mean, I just don't know.
Okay, so let's take that as a scenario. Chris is SPED director for Region 12. You are out and you need to enter some data information as the data entry person for your network. What you would need to do is make sure that Chris has your password, because when he goes to the dashboard, he'll see the link next to your name. He can click on it, but unless he puts in your information, it won't open that report to him. He would have to let me know he needs to be in Qualtrics as a network member so that he can do that for you. But yes, there is a way through it.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Anything else for me or Charlie?
One question, Jennifer.
Yes.
Just in case it happens, what if they don't bookmark the access to the Qualtrics for the reporting? How can they
Google Qualtrics login. It will take you to the Qualtrics page. You go to login and it will bring it up. And then I would try to bookmark it then. Because otherwise, like, it's just a couple extra steps away. You just have to Google Qualtrics login. But it's just nice to have it there.
Yes, great. Thank you.
Yeah. It's not super secret. It's not behind a wall of TEA access. It's Qualtrics. You just have to have the login page in front of you. I hope this was helpful. I hope this eases your mind a little bit. We tried to make this as easy as possible on the network members to report their information. The hard work is all the stuff that's part of the report, the training, the feedback, the sharing of resources. This is supposed to be the easy part. So hopefully it will be helpful to you. We're really hopeful that this will be very helpful to the grantees, that they have line of sight into all the work across the state in an instant, and the SPED directors having line of sight to all of their ESC network member activities in an instant. So we're very hopeful that this is going to be a very welcome way to report your work. And that's all I've got.
Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate it. And we'll be sending you those lists to update that Qualtrics information.
Thank you. And then Ms. Nava, if you'll also make sure that that information is shared with Charlie so that he can make sure our contact list is updated on our site as well.
Absolutely, will do. Thank you. Okay, so in moving forward, as you all saw the SIP, right? We do need for you all to attend those quarterly meetings as well as sign up for those review components of that art consideration. That's what we're going to be submitting to you guys to collaborate. So when you do that, as well as promoting, those asynchronous courses or anything else that we have within our website, promoting the website, promoting the webinars that we have on there, all that is part of that monthly submission for your SIP. We do have information in our Life Finder. We continue to have that information in our Life Finder. However, one thing that you can note is that the key has changed, right? Last year it used to be MEMN 2020. In order for you to get access to our Life Finder, it is now MEMN 2021. Okay, and let me go ahead and go into our Life Finder. For those of you who are new to our network, we have our Live Finder, and you will note the different years are provided of what information we have included. Like, for example, we have the 2021-2022 school year, and you already have your PowerPoint presentation on there, as well as your agenda noted on there. It should be coming up. I've also included the agenda and the PowerPoint through our Zoom link, so I will be doing that as we are moving forward. I don't know why the agenda doesn't want to come up, but it's okay. You all should have it available. One thing I do want to make sure that we have available to you guys is that ESC contact information. Once again, as Jennifer mentioned, if there's any changes Yes.
So hi everyone. I'm going to go ahead and share. This is you can reach the that contact form through the tab, that yellow tab on the live binder. The one on the link takes you straight into that spreadsheet. And we went ahead and added because of the Qualtrics, and because some of you have multiple members. This is the list that we typically use to update the website and the list that was provided. Um, However, we added that little extra column at the end. So if you can please just add a check mark to indicate who will be that data, entry designee. And if you have additional members that are not on this list, feel free to add them to the bottom of the list. And this is the list that will in turn send to Jennifer. So if you can take some time, again, you can access it through the Lightbinder or straight through the link that we provided. And this is where, once again, you can update that information. Some of you have multiple members. We would like you to add those at the bottom as additional representatives. And the top part is more for the information that we typically display on the website. So it would be your main point of contact for your region. But that's pretty much, Miss Rosie, what I wanted to share, because we did just add that extra section in order to, because of the fact that there's people that may also support the network and are not added to that top list.
Absolutely, Miss Vanessa. So as Vanessa mentioned, that top section here that I'm scrolling over, these are basically our individuals that are showing up on our web site as contacts. So that's what we have here. However, that additional aqua colored indicator here is, what we're going to be providing to Jennifer Patterson to update for that Qualtrics. Who's going to be that representative, who has not received that Qualtrics link. And remember, it's 24 hours that you have access to be able to activate that link. So you can go ahead and provide that information. I'll give you to the end of the week, which is tomorrow, right, to make sure to update this information. If you have someone that is not here who is going to be the one that's going to be submitting the information, please let them know to view the recording so they can go ahead and expect that link and know what to do in moving forward. Is there any questions, any concerns of what we've discussed for today's session?
Ms. Nava, I have a question. This is Kim in Region 5. How do I sign up to review the components of the art considerations document?
Where we're going to be having those documents, you see here in the live binder where we have review of documents, sign up.
Okay, yes, I see that.
So we'll go ahead and put on there. At the moment, we have not included that asynchronous component, but we'll go ahead and put it on here. It'll appear here, and that's where you can go ahead and sign up. The first one that we are moving forward with is that emergent bilingual. That's the one we are working on at the moment. And we'll go ahead and send you all an email indicating, the list is up there. Please sign up as we proceed with this activity.
Miss Rosie,
yes, ma'am.
I'm so sorry. I also wanted to clarify on the additional representatives. The second column is for the representative name. So if you went ahead and added your information, please go back and make sure. I was able to change Winston and Tommy. However, the last individual, I don't have a name. So if you can just go back and update that and make sure your name is on there. Thank you.
Any additional questions, guys? I know we're past time. Once again, we will be having our quarterly meetings. That will be on Thursdays from 9 to 10. We'll try to cover all information within the allotted time. Any updates, we will go ahead and be addressing that. The data that is being derived for our network on these quarterly meetings. Miss Angie, do you have a question?
Yes, if we are already listed at the top as a member and we did not receive the Qualtrics information, do we sign up ourselves at the bottom again, or is it assumed that it will be pushed out to everyone?
No, because we have several individuals who received that Qualtrics. So in order for us to send, a narrowed down list, I would suggest you put, I guess we created another column, Miss Vanessa, or just email me if you want.
Or Ms. Patterson, how would that work? Would it be a problem if let's say right now we have region 1 through 20 and we have emails for those representatives, if we resend that original list, will it conflict as far as resetting a password?
It's just going to take me a little bit more time to look through every single person's name and see whether or not they already have an account. So if you know you didn't get that email from me yesterday or from Qualtrics, or the information is different, if you can just let Ms. Nava know, and then Ms. Nava sends me one email with everybody who I need to add.
Great. So email me if you did not receive that link, so I can go ahead and provide you. I mean, forward that information to Ms. Patterson. So
And I'll also add the column if you want, if you would like, Ms. Nava. After Qualtrics entry designee, I'll add a column. I know that Winston went ahead and put he did not receive the Qualtrics email, so you can always just specify if you did or did not receive it, so we can kind of narrow down that list as well.
Great. Awesome. Is there any additional questions, concerns that we have in moving forward? Once again, do not hesitate to reach out. I'm always, and the team is always available to answer any questions, any concerns. We usually pick up the phone. Well, I usually like to pick up the phone and make contact with you, just to guide you and provide you with that support as we move forward. It is important that we have this ironed out in the beginning so we can go ahead and start submitting that data. So I know it's going to be a bit of a struggle in the beginning, as it is, but we are here to support you in any manner. So do not hesitate to reach out.
Ms. Rosie, there's a question in the chat. The question reads, will there be another webinar series this year like last?
That is not part of our activities for this year. I know that was something that was so nice that we provided. I mean, we had such great hosts, but no, that is not an activity for this upcoming school year, unfortunately. Any other questions, guys? And I hate to take up more time than needed. I truly appreciate each and every one of you all's time that you took off of your busy days out there. I want to wish you all the best as we move forward for this school year. Like I said, do not hesitate to reach out. We are here to support each and every one of you. You all take care and stay safe out there.
Did you have a question, Angie? Or are you saying goodbye?
No, it was, I left my hand raised.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell. Was it like a bye?
Ms. Nava, real quick question.
Yes, Mr. Albert.
For the activities to put into the report for the art guide considerations, so there's nothing to put in right now because that's not out yet, correct?
Absolutely. As soon as we go ahead and send out an email indicating who is going to participate, we'll go ahead and if you're one of the participants for that month, you go ahead and put on there that you participated in that activity.
Okay. And then just one more. On that next section where it says select all months that you shared a network resources. That could be just sharing with anyone, or
Yeah, if you have a local educational agency that you want to go ahead and share, some of the webinars that they could go ahead and go into, share the website, absolutely. That counts as part of you collaborating with that activity.
okay, perfect. Alrighty, thank you very much.
Thank you, Albert. You take care. Stay safe
All right,
out there.
will do. Thank you.
Bye. Great job, guys. Let me stop share.
So do you meet with Charles now? Because I noticed he left.
We should be meeting with Charles. Can we stop recording, please? Oh, let me stop, I guess.